Sample assessment material. Time allowed 2 hours. Paper 1, pure mathematics for advanced level. You should show sufficient working to make your methods clear. Answers without working may not gain full credit. Question number 1. The curve C has equation y equals to 3x to the 4 minus 8x cubed minus 3. Find part 1 dy over dx, part 2 d squared y over dx squared. I've put here the formula for differentiation. Multiply by the power and subtract 1 from the power. So multiply by the power and subtract 1 from the power. So 3x to the 4, you multiply 4 times 3, and then x to the 4 minus 1. 4 times 3 is 12, and then power 4 minus 1 is 3. Multiply by the power, 3 times 8 is 24, and 3 minus 1 gives you 2, minus 24x squared. And when you differentiate minus 3, you get 0. Because if you imagine minus 3 is like minus 3x to the power 0. Multiply by 0, 0 times minus 3x to the 0 minus 1, 0 times whatever that is 0. So dy over dx is 12x cubed minus 24x squared. Part 2, find d squared y over dx squared. That means you differentiate the second time. Multiply by the power, 3 times 12, it gives you 36. Subtract 1 from the power, 3 minus 1, it gives you 2. So you get 36x squared. Multiply 2 times 24, it gives you 48. Subtract 1 from 2, it gives you x to the power 1. So it's 36x squared minus 48x. Part B, verify that C has a stationary point when x equals to 2. Substitute x equals to 2 in dy over dx. So you got dy over dx there. Put x equals to 2. So with 12 times 2 cubed minus 24 times 2 squared. And that gives you 96 minus 96, which is 0. So since the gradient is equal to 0, there is a stationary point. Determine the nature of this stationary point, giving a reason for your answer. You substitute x equals to 2 in d squared y over dx squared. So you got 36 times 2 squared minus 48 times 2. So you get 144 minus 96, which gives you 48. 48 is a positive number. And you can say d squared y over dx squared is greater than 0. Hence, the stationary point is a minimum because it's a positive answer. If it was negative, it would be a maximum point. And the way you can check it with your graphics calculator, if you enter the function, original function, if you look at the bottom there, that's the original function. If you put that function 3x to the 4 minus 8x cubed minus 3, and you change the view window from minus 5 to plus 5, minus 20 to plus 10. That's for the x-axis, and that's for the y-axis. You can see the graph clearly. And that will show you the graph. And you will see that point where x is 2 is a minimum at the bottom there. It's a minimum point. And how do you get that minimum point? You press G solve F5. And then after that, you will press minimum. And it will tell you that it's a minimum point. So visually, this is what the graph will show you what the answer is. But you need to use algebra to determine that it's a minimum point.